They tried telling us to believe it, but I didn't believe it. I was surprised too because you didn't even have a mohawk until like Chaos Reigns, right? No, I knew it was your season, but I know that's not your style. Hey, welcome back everyone, Scotty Combat here. As you can tell, I'm coming at you directly from the Great Hall right now, and today we're going to talk about the palettes that we should have gotten season 4 that we're actually getting in the next upcoming season for Mileena's repeat season, which is nice because for those of us that have been playing since the beginning, we have new Kombat League rewards. And honestly, yeah, most of these I don't think are the best, but there are some that I do think look good. What the future holds, we'll find out when we get there, but let's live in the moment. Let's go over these new palettes, and I want to go over some of the gear pieces that are in the files that we don't have access to yet. And there's quite a few of them. They're not here yet, but I can't wait to get some of these because they look really good. When season 4 first started, it was Mileena's season, and NRS accidentally gave us Havik season. But the Combat Cast tried telling us these were still Mileena's palettes. They said, well, they're like experimental. Think about it. Mileena's an experiment, and she has a mohawk, and it's wild and it's different. So these palettes are different, just like Mileena. And even then, before Chaos Reigns released, people were like, these look like palettes that would come from Havik season. And then, of course, when the Chaos Reigns trailer dropped, we saw all his henchmen wearing those exact same palettes. Hey, I do genuinely have to say, shame on them for trying to bamboozle us for making a mistake. We all make mistakes. Let's look at these three characters here: Noob Saibot, Quan, and Reiko. Out of these three characters, I'm gonna say Noob Saibot or Quan pulls these off the best. I'm leaning more towards Noob Saibot by looking at these right now. Maybe once I see it in game, I'll lean more towards Quan, but it doesn't really fit Reiko. At least, I don't really care for it on Reiko. I'm surprised Noob Saibot doesn't have to look solid black to look good, although that's how I prefer him, especially considering the skins they chose to put these on, which are the default skins. And in the next batch, we have Ermac, Havik, and Kenshi. Starting with Ermac, I will say the first one looks better than the second one, but I don't really prefer these colors on Ermac. However, all these characters had new era skins up until Titan Havik here, and honestly I think it looks pretty decent. Yeah, I definitely think that Havik pulls this off better than Ermac. And then we go over to Kenshi. Kenshi's a slick dude. I mean, both of these palettes it looks really good on. I really do think you can make it work on Ermac, especially with the stage like the Portal with the Chaos background. I know I yap about that a lot, like certain palettes looking really good at certain stage variations, but I really do think it's cool. I love the stage variations, and it's also Kenshi's Order of Darkness skin that's getting these palettes as well. I want to share this real quick, and I know this is out of left field, but in the last video I uploaded, I was in the tea house, and this video I'm in the Great Hall. In each video moving forward, I will be in a different stage, and I want you guys as the audience to let me know which one you like me in the most, and once you guys choose that stage, I'm gonna post most of my videos being inside that stage, at least for a while. It's fun to be in these different stages, get your guys' feedback, and see where I'll end up being. Next up, we have Sub-Zero, Takeda, and Tanya. I say we start with Sub-Zero on this one. It kind of reminds me of the Twitch palettes, and now I know it's not a knock on the color specifically because I think of the Twitch Sub-Zero and I think it looks better than this one. And the Twitch palette Sub-Zero is like all purple, so the theme here is like a dark gray, gold, and purple/pink. I love Sub-Zero, but I can't say I love these palettes on him. Takeda actually pulls them off really well. I think the first one that's purple looks really well, and I had to reconsider the second one. I almost tossed it like but giving it a little time, it actually looks pretty decent. And guys, these are actually pretty exciting skins when you think about it. Not for everyone, I know, like even some of these may have to grow on me, and some of these I don't really care for. To be honest, this theme reminds me more of Edenian Reign than it does Mileena. However, Mileena is the royalty in MK1 now. She is the Empress, so this is her royalty on the characters. Just because she's like a pink character doesn't mean everyone has to be wearing pink now because that equals Mileena. I do get what they're going here for. At least I think I do. I don't know. They also tried telling us that the last season her palettes were the Chaos palettes, so are these really like Edenian themed? I'm gonna reel back a little bit on that just because of that, and I want to know what you guys think as well. The more I look at it, I would say this is Mileena's color. The more I look at it, I can tell this is actually like Mileena's palette color, the default one. The first one looks decent on Tanya, but the second one definitely, I'm gonna go with that one over the first one. Next up, we have Reptile, Scorpion, and Sektor. Alright, I'm not gonna lie, a royal Reptile, that's different, but the mask goes with it really well. I think it looks pretty cool. Scorpion, same thing as Sub-Zero. There's the Twitch palettes, and I think of those, and I think they look better than what we have here. And Scorpion's second palette also looks like a mix of the palette he has for Refer a Friend when they did that for a while. And that palette looks better than this one as well, so I really don't care for these on Scorpion. I'm really not digging the purple Sektor. As far as the red one, that actually looks pretty cool. The purple is a little more subtle, it's mostly in the chest, but the rest is dark with the red head. My favorites are the first Reptile and the second Sektor. Okay, this batch is a little different. I think I'm gonna like this one more. We got Baraka, Cyrax, and Sindel. Canonically, I'm gonna nerd out on this. I think Baraka's first one looks good. Think about the endings. Mileena is now working with the Tarkatans. She's also a Tarkatan, and Reptile helped bring this together. The second Baraka palette doesn't look bad, but the first one actually looks really good. I like it. Moving over to Cyrax, I'm not so much a fan of the second one, but I really like the first one. You can tell it's Cyrax by the yellow, and the rest of her is just kind of grayed out. I really wish they wouldn't have added the wounds to Sindel on this. I get that it's like the Tarkat disease, right? But I think they did a poor job at it. It looks like the character just took a few hits. I would rather see like blades or mini fangs coming out of the arms, maybe even the devilish eyes they get when they go Tarkat, but these little scratches and bruises, I'm not really a big fan of it. Aside from that, the rest of it looked fine. Next up we have Shang, General Shao, and Smoke. Same thing with Shang Tsung. I mean, I just did pull these pictures up closer too, so now I'm really noticing the detail. These are actually my least preferred skins for Shang Tsung and Shao Kahn in Mortal Kombat 1, and unfortunately these palettes weren't able to pull them up for me. And as you guys know, Smoke is my favorite character, and I'm really not big on these either. If I had to pick one for Smoke though, it would probably be the second one. Kitana, Kung Lao, and Liu Kang. Honestly, Kitana looks great, and I do like that the bruising or scratches is kind of the way I view it. I like that it's minimalized on Kitana. She's got like just a little bit here. The first one's definitely the best. For Kung Lao, I picked the first one, and Liu Kang, I picked the second one. Okay, now we got Mileena and Nitara. How does Mileena have like the least amount of wounds and it's her season? And I feel like this skin would be more appropriate to have those wounds, you know? I really like the reddish looking skin. It does remind me a little bit more of Scarlet. But just in general, that one looks cool. And I really like the first one too. I'm really not trying to nag. I do like some of these, but on Nitara, these look decent. I just don't like that the bruising's on her face. Bruising, open wounds, you know where I'm getting at. And the last one we have here is Johnny Cage. Yes, Johnny Cage can definitely pull these outfits off. Again, it's just the wounds I really don't care for, the infection of the Tarkat. As a whole though, there are some good looking palettes in this, and I'm surprised we're getting this many. I thought we were just going to get like DLC characters. Just like the last video, we're teleporting to the night variant of the field. We're still waiting for this on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. A few gear pieces I want to go over in the files is the Deception Havik one, which I have mentioned recently. We should also be getting that. That is the Havik Deception gear piece. That was just a few rotations ago, so if you did complete that, you should be getting it, or we should be getting it soon. Noob Saibot has had this one in the files for a while now. Many people have been speculating on it. Also, a new Reptile gear piece has popped in, and I think it's the MK1 Reptile. At least the gear piece certainly is. It matches it really well, making me think we're going to get MK1's Reptile. And this next one here is the human Quan that is in the story mode. I remember watching him in the cinematic entering Shang Tsung's lab through the portal and thinking how realistic he looked. It really caught me off guard, and I thought it looked amazing. And there's so much more I have to share with you guys. I've been uploading almost every day. It does take a lot of time, so I truly do appreciate your support. Like and subscribe to continue showing your support, and let me know what you think down below. Much love everyone, and take care.